Hello to my Pisces. This is Queen Amara coming to you with your reading. All right, Pisces, let's get right into it. Here we have Rising from Cosmic Depths is your overarching theme for your reading. We're going to dive right on in. So let's get into it. Let's get into it. I love it. All right. So your reading is going to focus on transcendence, emotional healing, and soulful renewal, encouraging you to trust your inner tides and align with the universe's rhythm. And your first card leading up is the Moon card. Your intuitive power is at its peak, and hidden truths surface. This is your realm. Embrace mystery instead of fearing it. And an affirmation for you all could be, I trust the unseen forces that move through me and around me. Right? This is going to be really important for you all to note, because everyone is a star. Everyone, meaning that everyone has an 11th house, right? And Pisces rules 12th house. So this is where you kind of go back and say, okay, this is community, and this is where friendliness and community is important. Being friendly and community is very important, right? So star card, Aquarius is rule a 12th house. So you also want to know what your 10th house is. So it's going to be important for you to go back through your houses. So your emotional landscape here is hope, healing, and divine connection. So you're remembering your place in the cosmic web. And the affirmation for this here would be, I am a vessel of light, radiating peace and renewal. Right? This is going to be key to understand. And the mental focus for you all is Hermit, right? Your thoughts turn inward for sacred wisdom. Solitude brings revelation. And so affirmation for you all could be, within silence, I find the guidance of my soul. This is going to be really key, because in Hermit, the Hermit card is the polarity to Pisces, right? This is, or Virgo is polarity to Pisces. So this way you would be real meticulous, especially when we're talking about something that could be overwhelming to you. You're trying to give birth to something. You're going through a rebirth, right? And so time is relative. It could have already happened. It could be happening right now. There are going to be some people who are obsessed with cutting your star out of the sky. That's the nicest way of putting it. People who are obsessed with that. People who are obsessed with dimming lights. Because I feel like this is the I believe card here, I believe sign. And so people are going to be tapping into your past, trying to see who's going to believe what about your past, right? Here we have the Judgment card here. And so the High Priestess energy, High Priestess is spiritual energy. And so your dreams and synchronicities are messages from spirit. Trust your knowing. And affirmation would be, my intuition is the voice of divine wisdom. And so your heart's desire is the Two of Cups here. And this is union and harmony within yourself or with another soul. Love flows from oneness. Affirmation for you is, I'm worthy of divine love in all forms. And this could be in friendships, romantic, however, but you're worthy of divine love in all forms, whether it's in the form of a child, in form of a romantic relationship, friendship, sisterhood, brotherhood, whoever. So, but things should just flow in soul connections. That would be like in those connections, things should just flow for you. Especially since a lot of people are just now waking up from nightmares in this year 9, 2025. This year 9, just now waking up from their own nightmares, and things are ending. So here's the challenge right here, releasing guilt or fear of the unknown. Your sensitivity is your power, not a weakness. And so affirmation could be, I release all illusions of fear and awaken to calm clarity, right? So again, some people are going to see it as falling back. Some people are going to see it as kind of falling back a little bit. Like, okay, I can fall back. I don't have to be so overwhelmed by every little thing that, you know, that I feel or I believe, or because somebody believes something about me. I could fall back. Like, okay, it's okay if somebody believes something and they want to believe that you got a tail, or they got to believe that you got wings, or that you got devil horns in the back of your closet, or you got a pitchfork in the back of your closet. Let people believe. Some things you're gonna have to fall back. Like, that's what somebody's starting to learn, is that you're gonna have to let people believe what they want to believe. That's gonna be because where's the card? This right here. This is making connections. This is making the connections right here. This is heart chakra. 9 of Swords speaks to Gemini, right? We're not talking about a Gemini, but Gemini rules 3rd house, right? See this 3 right here? This Empress card right here. This lets me know that somebody is a short distance. 3rd house, the Gemini rules 3rd house. This could be siblings, family members, people you went to school with, people that's of a short distance. And so you could be secretly watching someone who is of a short distance and assume that they're talking about you, when remember, there's nothing new under the sun or the moon, right? A lot of people have nightmares about a lot of different things, that people could believe certain things about whoever. This is the I believe sign. So once a light is shining on something, you've heard the term hit dogs will holler. Some people will respond to certain things because they may have been having nightmares about certain things. Doesn't mean that it's true. Doesn't mean certain things are true. You could literally be having a nightmare about dreaming about somebody else. Has nothing to do with what people assume you're having nightmares about. And that's just that. That's just it, right? So people are going to believe whatever they want to believe. You could be pregnant. Somebody could, until you give birth, somebody could believe that it's one person's baby, and it could actually be whoever. Who knows? Who cares, for real? Like, but anyway, this right here could also mean pregnant with purpose, right? You could have a hump back, like your back you could have like extra fat on your back or something like that. Or you could have like a bulging belly. Somebody could think, oh, so when are you doing? You're like, well, actually, no, that could be a menopause belly. Could be some other kind of stomach or whatever. Somebody could think, okay, oh, I'm sorry, I didn't mean to ask that question, right? You could have just gained a little extra weight or whatever. It could be a stress belly. Who knows what it is, right? Whatever it is, you could carry a lot of gifts with you generationally. Somebody, this is where we're here, because your ancestors made a lot of sacrifices. Somebody comes from a family where there's a lot of gifts that run in the family. Lots of gifts. Not only does somebody comes from a highly creative family, like singers, dancers, writers, just a highly gifted family, right? But when it's not contained, it can seem chaotic and confusing. So learning how to contain those gifts, right? Somebody carries a lot of gifts in them, within them, right? So you could come from a family, a highly gifted family. You could come from just a highly gifted family. It could be 3 energies coming out of one womb that carries very strong gifts with them. Very, very strong gifts with them, right? That could literally be overwhelming. Like somebody's gifts could be really, really overwhelming to people, right? So whoever you are, right? But again, it's really about answering the call on your life. What is the call in your life, right? And this right here is you talking to the creator, the creator who planted the seed. That's you answering the call in your life. And so the outcome or the guidance from spirit is the sun, right? Joy is sacred. So you are being reminded that love and laughter are holy acts. Affirmation would be, my joy is divine expression here. And the judgment is outcome, right? Rebirth and awakening. A higher calling emerges from the depths. Affirmation for you is, I rise renewed, guided by spirit's eternal flame. And a final message here for you is, trusting in metamorphosis. You're shedding illusion, becoming the radiant healer you were born to be. The universe asks you to swim beyond old emotional waters and awaken to your cosmic identity. And so that's what this is. That's what this is, right? As you are awakening, a lot of people will try to copy other people's gifts because out of fear. There's really nothing new under the sun. But some people are like, okay, I'm not really sure if I can do certain things. So it just seems easier to just say, okay, well, you know what, I'll just copy something. Until you realize, hey, okay. Think of it this way. So like a musician who, let's say you learn a song a certain way, right? But you go to the concert and they sing or play the song a different way. And you singing all loud in the audience to the way that they played it or they sang it on the record or the CD or whatever, the project, streaming, whatever. And then you get to the concert and they got a different version of it. And you're like, well, wait a minute, hold on. You all the way on this key and on the original, you singing it in this key. Like, well, hold on, what's happening here? So take your time to decide. And so journal your journey. Do the mirror work. Your ex wants to return. I don't know whose ex this is. Ex-friend, ex-love interest, ex-whomever. But Angel Uriel, the angel of prophecy and wisdom, is with you. The curse is now broken. He apologizes for betraying you. Somebody has a demon of envy. So yeah, somebody comes from a very, very gifted and talented family. And I feel like somebody comes from a family where they really just didn't know their worth, like in terms of their spiritual gifts. Somebody could come from a family that it could cause nightmares when you don't really know your gifts, how strong your gifts and talents are, and how much was emptied into those gifts and talents. So somebody could have a parent that receives so many gifts and talent in abundance that they didn't even realize they were passing those gifts and talents down to their own kids. So they could be really gifted and talented. They could be one of the more gifted and talented siblings out of their siblings that could have passed these gifts and talents down to their siblings, if that makes any sense. Then down to their kids, excuse me. So check your request list again. So somebody apologizes for hurting you. And so I see you creating very firm boundaries and you're getting some fresh air. You're learning how to get some fresh air, right? Message from your ancestors. And you have a whole new attitude. Somebody has a whole new attitude. And let's see. Somebody regrets lying to you about something, and then listen to your inner voice. Listen to your inner voice. So let's see here. Somebody is no longer alive, because this is the Judgment card, right? So somebody is no longer alive because the Judgment card connects us with death. So there could be a secret, because it's here. There could be a secret that someone is aware of. One person could be aware of a secret. Somebody may not be aware of a secret. And it's three energies here. One person could be aware. One person may not be aware. One person may be overwhelmed by the secret. So I feel like three energies talking, sharing, like swapping stories about who knows what about what. Something could be overwhelming for everybody. Like this is like, oh, okay, they didn't know this and all of that kind of stuff. So, yeah. So things will happen in whatever time it's supposed to happen. So anyway, that's what I'm seeing here in the cards. So somebody comes from a really, really highly gifted and talented family. But yeah, somebody's going to have to get to a point where they just have to let people believe what they want to believe, because whenever you're doing stuff with all of this water in the cards, all of this stuff is on social media. All of this is online. That's why, because water is reflective. So it's somewhere that's showing where other people can see it. And you see the moon here, so it's all over the world. So people are going to assume, if you're talking about something, that it's, unless you name names, specific names, people are going to assume whatever they want to assume. So they're going to believe what they want to believe. Here we have answers. Yeah. So something is rare. Something is rare. Someone has all the answers. Something comes around once in the blue moon. This blue moon right here. Something is rare. These 3 generations of information. That's how rare something is. It's that's how rare these gifts are being passed down through generations. So even if one person felt like they had all the information, nobody has all the information until all 3 come together to piece something together. So if one person thinks that they have everything, they say, okay, well, I have more information than this one. Somebody else doesn't have all the information. Somebody's keeping something away. Like somebody doesn't have everything. Like all the pieces are still not together. Deepening. So once you're on earth for enough lifetimes, your old soul will begin to long for non-grasping, detachment, and surrender. They bring the peace of God. So that's what I'm seeing here in the cards. But yeah, try not to get overwhelmed by whoever you think is bringing judgment down on you. So there could be a earth sign here, Capricorn, Taurus, or Virgo, trying to get to the root of something. Somebody's trying to get to the root of something. So whether they're trying to get to the root of something from the other side, because energy never dies. Somebody could be trying to get to the root, or they could be trying to help you to get to the root of something. Trying to get you some questions, whatever questions you may have wanted answered. They're trying to help you to rise above feeling judged by something. So you could have had some questions. You and 2 other people could have had questions that you needed answered, and they're trying to get everybody to get to the root of something. So generationally, right, of all the sacrifices that were made to protect this water, to protect the sacrifices that were made for these gifts, these psychic gifts. So that's what I'm saying for you all. Hopefully this is helpful. See you all in the next video.